No matter where you're from, you probably grew up eating dumplings, in one form or another. You might steam them, boil them, fry them, or bake them. And let's not forget the endless options of fillings. Here are 23 dumplings from around the world. Some of the earliest evidence of the dumpling dates back to over 1,000 years ago in Chinese cuisine. And while countless varieties exist in the country, we'll only be talking about one, xiaolongbao. The ever-popular steamed soup dumpling consists of a delicate wrapper filled with broth and minced pork, crab, or shrimp. It's typically served in bamboo baskets. According to legend, the first xiaolongbao was created by Huang Mingxian, a food vendor who wanted to update the classic dumpling and stand out amid his competitors. Known as a Sardinian ravioli, these dumplings are folded to look like an ear of wheat. Hailing from the province of Ogliastra, they're typically filled with potatoes, pecorino cheese, lard, onions, garlic, and mint, but can also be filled with ricotta, spinach or chard, and saffron. They're often served with a drizzle of tomato sauce and topped with pecorino. This breakfast dumpling is most popular in northern Vietnam and is made of thick rice flour and broth paste filled with ground pork, shallots, wood ear mushrooms, and seasonings. The dough and filling are then stuffed into a banana leaf, formed into a pyramid, and steamed. You can find it at many street vendors in Vietnam. These Nepali dumplings are usually filled with meat, vegetables, and/or cheese, and served with a tomato-based dipping sauce. Some Nepali vendors in Kathmandu have even filled momos with Snickers and Mars bars to accommodate tourists. Coxinhas, which translates to little thighs, are a popular Brazilian street food made of a thick dough that is filled with seasoned shredded chicken and then shaped to look like a chicken leg. It's then breaded, deep-fried, and drenched in hot sauce. One of the national dishes of Taiwan, bawang, is among the country's most prevalent street foods. This iconic dumpling consists of rice flour and potato starch wrapper, filled with pork, bamboo, and mushrooms. It can be steamed or fried and is typically served with a sweet and spicy sauce, or a rich broth. These breaded, deep-fried dumplings are also known as shrimp pockets or shrimp turnovers, and they consist of a flour-based, buttery dough filled with a creamy mixture of shrimp, onion, and parsley. They're perfect as snacks or appetizers. Hailing from Turkey, but popular across Europe and the Middle East, Manti are boiled dumplings that are typically filled with ground lamb and accompanied by a garlic yogurt sauce, topped with sumac. A classic Guyanese dumpling that is often paired with a traditional coconut milk broth soup called metemji. This simple yet tasty steamed dumpling is made with wheat flour, sugar, and butter. This savory dumpling is made of soaked bread that is formed into a roll, then boiled or steamed, and it's served alongside hearty stews and meat dishes, often soaked in gravy. Sometimes smoked meat, fresh herbs, or diced onions are added to the dumpling mixture. Banku, one of the national dishes of Ghana, is a slightly sour-tasting dumpling made of fermented cornmeal and cassava dough that is formed into a smooth paste and then boiled. They're traditionally served with soup, okra stew, or grilled fish with pepper sauce. This hearty, sweet, and savory dumpling dish consists of a potato-based dough, stuffed with fried onions, bacon, allspice, and white pepper. They're then served with sour cream, melted butter, and Sweden's iconic lingonberry jam. These small, flavorful dumplings have origins in Lebanon, but are also popular in Iraq, Syria, Jordan, and Palestine. Either boiled, baked, or fried, shish barak are filled with seasoned lamb, onions, and pine nuts, and are usually served in a warm yogurt sauce, with melted butter, mint, sumac, and toasted pine nuts sprinkled on top. These dumplings are often filled with fish, like carp or salmon, or meat with chopped onions, cheese, dill, and pepper. While the savory version is typically served with sour cream, the dessert version can be filled with a mixture of cherries or blueberries, and sweet cottage cheese, cloves, lemon juice, and sugar. This dumpling's defining filling is kimchi, but it can also include tofu, shrimp, pork, beef, cabbage, bean sprouts, onions, scallions, and mushrooms. Mandu can be steamed, deep-fried, pan-fried, or boiled, and are usually served in soup or alone with a dipping sauce. Korean dumplings were traditionally prepared for ancestral rites and enjoyed most on cold winter days. Typically served during Shabbat, This unique Persian Jewish dumpling's defining flavors come from minced chicken, veal, or lamb, mixed with onion, chickpeas, turmeric, cumin, and cardamom. Gondi are often served in chicken broth like a matzo ball. Popular across Europe and America, these dumplings are made by filling unleavened dough with potato, minced meat, cheese, or sauerkraut. They can also be made with fruit fillings, making these dumplings both sweet and savory. Buz is a steamed dumpling with a flour-based dough typically filled with garlic and mutton or beef. A national dish of Mongolia, they're typically served during the Mongolian Lunar New Year. This sticky, gooey potato dumpling is most popular in Bavaria, Thuringia, and the Rhineland regions. These ball-shaped dumplings can be made with cooked potatoes, raw potatoes, a combination of both, or a quick dehydrated version that comes in a box. It's often served with schnitzel, sauerbraten, and other hearty meat dishes. Pinsek frito is a deep-fried dumpling and is usually served with dipping sauces, such as sweet and sour, spiced vinegar, banana ketchup, or mang tomas, or Filipino pork liver sauce. It makes a great appetizer. This Japanese dumpling, that is especially popular in Nagano, consists of fermented buckwheat dough filled with various vegetables, meat, seafoods, or anko bead paste. It's then cooked on an iron pan. Traditionally, it was eaten by farmers during lunch breaks and made inside an irori, a traditional fireplace at a farmhouse. Though derived from France, croquetas de jamón have become an essential dish in Spanish tapas, featuring one of Spain's most iconic foods, serrano ham. Formed from a mixture of potato, eggs, bechamel sauce, and ham, they're then breaded and fried. A small Siberian dumpling, widely consumed across Russia, pelmeni is considered one of Russia's national dishes. It consists of a thin wrapper that can be stuffed with anything from ground meat or fish to mushrooms, onions, or cabbage. They range from mild to very spicy, with fillings varying between regions and family recipes. As you can see, the diversity of dumplings is apparent in cultures all around the globe. Which dumplings are your favorite?